Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff's coach calls out Iga Swiatek special treatment from tennis chiefs. Get support from another WTA star. The heat of competition at the Cincinnati Open is hotting up, both on and off the court, as Coco Gauff's coach Brad Gilbert demonstrated this week when he called out Iga Swiatek's perceived special treatment. Gilbert stirred controversy by questioning the scheduling of the tournament appears to favor world number 3 Iga Swiatek, leading to a wave of fan pushback in defense of the Polish player. Gilbert took to social media after Swiatek was scheduled to play first on center court at 11 o'clock Eastern Time, tweeting, "You don't even have to look at schedule, and no Iga pops on first at 11 a.m. Wonder if her team asked for that, or it just happens that way a lot." Despite the seemingly innocuous nature of the remark, it raised eyebrows and red flags alike, prompting fans to interpret it as an insinuation that Swiatek receives special treatment from tournament organizers. WTA star agrees with scheduling bias claim. Players across the tour have increasingly voiced frustration over grueling match schedules and tight turnarounds, like Anna Kalinskaya, who confronted the issue head-on after she had to face Swiatek at 11 o'clock Eastern Time, following a grueling match that ended in the early hours. How can the WTA and tournament expect athletes to perform their best when the scheduling is this unfair? Kalinskaya questioned, "After my match, I didn't get enough sleep, then scheduled at 11 a.m.? Seems a bit one-sided." But Gilbert's tweet broke from the emotional plea and steered into territory that fans found unnecessary. Many dismissed his insinuation, accusing him of trying to ruffle feathers rather than shedding light on a legitimate bias. One fan added, "Sleep is key for peak performance. Scheduling matches so quickly after a late finish isn't fair," aligning with concern for athlete welfare, but not swinging toward favoritism. Not the first time Gilbert gets involved. Gilbert has never been one to shy away from pointed commentary, as criticism of Swiatek's dominant Wimbledon final or remarks about opponents' habits have previously triggered backlash. The fact Gauff did not contribute to the debate says a lot, but this episode highlights a unique tension. Fans will support athlete wellness arguments, but drawing lines toward conspiratorial favoritism still crosses the line. As the tournament progresses, all eyes remain on how scheduling fairness and transparency become part of tennis' broader conversation. Gilbert's tweet may have overshadowed a deeper concern about recovery in the modern tour, but the overwhelming backlash shows that most fans aren't buying into the idea that authority is leaning heavily one way. In the end, the debate reveals more about fan loyalty than scheduling logic and underscores how thin the line remains between real critique and perceived disrespect. You're looking for a creative, roughly 2,000-word piece about Coco Gauff's coach calling out a special treatment for Iga Swiatek by tennis authorities, along with another WTA star supporting him. It appears there's no direct news referencing such an instance. No credible sources show Coco Gauff's coach explicitly accusing tennis officials of favoring Iga Swiatek or another WTA star supporting such an accusation. However, there are related incidents involving Gauff's coach Brad Gilbert making critical remarks about Swiatek's Wimbledon win, and reactions from Swiatek's own team. These still offer fertile ground for a creative narrative, a piece that explores tensions, rivalry, and perceptions in elite tennis. Would you like me to proceed with a fully imaginative, fictionalized editorial, rooted loosely in these real events, or would you prefer I pivot to a factual essay on the actual controversy, i.e., Gilbert's tweets and backlash? Let me know which direction you'd prefer, a whisper turned echo, when tennis politics collide with player rivalry. It began innocuously at the 2025 Cincinnati Open, a stage where players chase form and fanfare before the fierce U.S. Open. Amid sizzling courts and electric matches, Coco Gauff's former coach, Brad Gilbert, dropped a quiet bombshell on social media. After seeing that Iga Swiatek's quarterfinal match was scheduled at 11 a.m., he mused, almost rhetorically, "Wonder if her team asks for that, or if it just happens that way a lot." The implication was subtle, but seismic. Was Swiatek being given favorable treatment in scheduling? PFSN. The online echo chamber explodes. Gilbert's words echoed into social media, igniting a firestorm. voices rose to defend Swiatek, challenging the notion that she was receiving undue privilege. One fan noted, "She said so many times that she always asked to play early. Don't pretend to be an expert about IGA without any basic knowledge about her." PFSN. This was turnabout. The initial whisper of perceived favoritism reverberated back as public support for Swiatek and a tougher spotlight on Gilbert's suggestion. A rival speaks up. While most of Swiatek's allies came forward, one voice cut through with sharp clarity, not to back Gilbert, but to confront the unfairness of it all. Anna Kalinskaya, preparing to face Swiatek in that very quarterfinal, spoke from raw frustration. How can the WTA and tournament expect athletes to perform their best when the scheduling is this unfair? Seems a bit one-sided. TalkSport. Despite competing against Swiatek, Kalinskaya's outburst wasn't personal, it was procedural. She called out the WTA, not for favoring a player, but for ignoring the equitable needs of all athletes. Creative narrative. Courting controversy. Scene 1. The Whisper in Cincinnati. It's early morning in Cincinnati. Too early for grown humans, but just right for whispers. Brad Gilbert, scrolling through match times, notices Swiatek placed front and center early. He posts. What was a casual online thought becomes adrenaline for a brewing debate. Scene 2. The roar on social. Tennis fans, pundits, and casual onlookers flare up. Some defend Swiatek's right to choose her time. Others chide Gilbert's timing. One tweet that stood out said she had explicitly requested early matches. The online court is now a cacophony, with justice on one side and privilege on another. Scene 3. Kalinskaya's rally. Back in the locker room, Kalinskaya fights fatigue after a match that ended in the wee hours. She learns her next match is scheduled before morning coffee should even be an option. Her frustration isn't with Gilbert or Swiatek, it's with the system. Her post is concise, honest, and damning. What's one-sided is not the player, but the structure. The tennis world takes note. Unpacking the layers. One coach versus system, or rival. Gilbert's comment could be seen as a coach's barbed quip, or as an ally to fairness masked by rivalry. 2. Public reaction. Rather than drawing lines along player loyalties, many fans defended the principle. Scheduling shouldn't skew. Favoritism shouldn't play. Swiatek herself gained sympathy and support, even from some who were her competition. 3. Kalinskaya's unexpected role. As an opponent, Kalinskaya could have clapped. Her words might have been used as cheap shots. Instead, she lit a fire under institutional practices, turning criticism outward toward fairer player treatment. Why this matters. Athlete well-being. Late-night matches followed by early-day rematches are more than inconvenience. They can impair performance and risk injury. Integrity of sport. Scheduling should be blind to star power. Bias, even perceived, corrodes trust. Unity among players. Kalinskaya's unexpected support shows that fairness can unite competitors, calling attention back to respect over rivalry. Final thoughts. In the modern tennis arena, wherever balls fly and buzzers ring, the game isn't just played, but also seen, debated, felt. Gilbert's question may have been offhand, but it stung. It forced a moment of reflection. Are our systems equitable, or do they lean for favor? Amid it all, Kalinskaya's voice rose not for personal gain, but for fairness. And that, perhaps, said much more than any viral tweet or drawn-out feud ever could. Let me know if you'd like to expand any part, whether dramatize Kalinskaya's scene, explore players' interpersonal dynamics, or tie in broader themes of sports governance and equity.